Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to talk with you today about detecting financial statement fraud in the digital era. We'll explore the risks involved, the modern challenges organizations face, and the advanced technologies that are transforming how we detect and prevent fraud. This is a crucial topic as financial data becomes more complex and digital tools evolve. So let's dive in and see how we can stay ahead in this rapidly changing landscape. Financial statement fraud is when a company intentionally misrepresents its financial data to deceive stakeholders and investors. This kind of manipulation can take many forms, but the common goal is always to create a false impression of the company's financial health. The impact of this fraud is huge, with global losses reaching billions every year. This not only harms investors, but also shakes confidence in the markets and overall economic stability. That's why it's so important to be able to recognize and understand these fraudulent practices early on. Doing so is a critical first step toward developing effective ways to prevent and detect fraud. Ultimately, the victims of this deception are the stakeholders and investors who rely on accurate financial information to make informed decisions. In today's digital age, detecting fraud has become more challenging than ever. With massive amounts of data flowing constantly and transactions happening at lightning speed, it's much harder to spot fraudulent activities amidst all that noise. If fraud goes undetected, the consequences can be severe. Organizations may suffer significant financial losses and face heavy regulatory penalties. Additionally, companies are under increasing pressure to comply with stricter regulations. This means they must implement more rigorous auditing procedures and promote greater transparency to ensure they meet legal requirements and maintain the trust of their stakeholders. Ultimately, transparency and robust auditing aren't just best practices, they're critical to safeguarding both the organization and its reputation. Now, let's look at some of the most common types of financial statement fraud. First, we have revenue recognition fraud. This happens when a company inflates its revenue figures prematurely, making it seem more profitable than it really is. It's a way to create a misleading picture of financial health, often to attract investors or meet targets. Next is expense understatement. Here, companies conceal or minimize their expenses, which unfairly increases a reported income. By hiding costs, the company appears more financially successful than it actually is. Finally, asset overstatement involves overvaluing assets on the balance sheet. This can make the company look stronger and more valuable than it truly is, potentially misleading stakeholders about its true financial position. All of these practices distort the truth, impacting decisions made by investors, creditors, and others relying on accurate financial information. When it comes to modern tools for fraud detection, there are three key technologies making a big impact. First, AI and machine learning play a crucial role by using advanced algorithms to analyze complex patterns. These systems can detect anomalies that might be missed by humans, making fraud detection much more effective. Next, we have big data analytics. This technology processes enormous data sets to uncover hidden signs of fraudulent behavior that will be impossible to spot through traditional methods. Finally, real-time monitoring allows for continuous auditing of transactions and activities, so suspicious behavior is flagged immediately. This instant detection enables faster responses, helping prevent further damage and mitigate risks quickly. Together, these tools are transforming the way organizations fight fraud. When it comes to detecting digital fraud, there are several significant challenges we face. First, data complexity is a major hurdle. We're dealing with large and diverse data sets, which makes it difficult to analyze everything thoroughly and accurately. It's not just the volume of data, but also the variety and variability that complicate the process. Second, fraudsters are constantly evolving their tactics. They're always finding new ways to bypass detection systems, which means our methods need to be just as adaptable and innovative to stay ahead. Lastly, privacy concerns play a critical role. While we need to be effective in identifying fraud, we also must ensure compliance with stringent data protection laws. This means striking a careful balance between monitoring for fraudulent activity and respecting user privacy at all times. These challenges make digital fraud detection a complex and ongoing battle. Let's look at some real-world examples that show how effective anomaly detection can be. First, Company A used these techniques to spot unusual transactions early on. By catching these irregularities quickly, they were able to prevent significant financial losses, which highlights just how important early detection is. Then, Company B took it a step further by implementing machine learning models specifically designed to flag fraudulent financial reporting. This allowed them to intervene promptly and take corrective action before the issues escalated. These cases really demonstrate the power of combining advanced detection methods with timely responses to protect an organization's financial health. Now, let's look at some emerging trends in fraud detection that are really shaping the future of this field. First, blockchain technology is playing a big role by providing immutable audit trails. This means every transaction is recorded in a way that can't be altered, which greatly enhances transparency and helps prevent tampering. Next, we have explainable AI. Unlike traditional black box models, explainable AI makes it clear how decisions are made by the algorithms. This transparency not only builds trust among users, but also makes it easier to comply with regulations, which is crucial in fraud detection. Finally, integrating behavioral analytics is becoming a key approach. By analyzing user behavior, these systems can spot unusual patterns that might indicate fraudulent activity. This method greatly improves the accuracy of fraud detection by going beyond simple rules and looking at the context of user actions. Together, these trends are driving more effective and trustworthy fraud detection systems. Financial statement fraud continues to pose a serious threat, with significant consequences for both markets and organizations. To combat this, modern technology offers powerful solutions. Tools like AI, big data analytics, and real-time monitoring provide effective ways to detect fraudulent activity early. Our key recommendations focus on investing in AI-driven systems, ensuring that data is both high quality and easily accessible, and maintaining continuous monitoring practices. By adopting these proactive measures, organizations can build strong defenses to safeguard financial integrity in today's digital environment.